Welcome back to the I Am podcast. I'm Dan Baker, and this is day 11 of our Celebrating Advent series. Yesterday, we talked about Jesus being the way, the path back to the Father that we could never create on our own. Today, we're looking at the manner in which that way arrived. Not with fanfare, not with royal announcements in gilded halls, but quietly, humbly, in a feeding trough behind an overcrowded inn in a small town. Today we're talking about the humble king. If you were writing the story of God entering the world, how would you do it? I think most of us would go big. A palace birth, trumpets sounding, world leaders kneeling, something befitting of the King of Kings. But God doesn't write stories the way we do. Luke 2:7 gives us the details. And she wrapped him in clothes and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for them. A manger. Guys, that's an animal feeding trough, carved out of stone or rough-hewn wood, filled with hay for livestock to feed out of. That's where the creator of the universe took his very first breath on this earth. No royal nursery, no silk blankets, no servants attending to his every need, just a young mother, a faithful stepfather, and the smell of animals in the night air. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't plan B because things didn't work out. This was intentional. This was God making a statement before Jesus ever spoke a word. The statement, "My kingdom doesn't work like yours." The world measures greatness by power, prestige, and position. How much influence do you have? How many people know your name? How high have you climbed? But Jesus inverted all of that. Philippians 2:6 and 7 tells us that though he was in very nature God, he did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant being made in human likeness. He made himself nothing. The king became a servant. The highest took the lowest place. And it wasn't just his birth. His whole life followed this pattern. He was raised in Nazareth, a town so insignificant that when Nathanael heard where Jesus was from, he asked, "Can anything good come from there?" Jesus worked as a carpenter. He surrounded himself with fishermen and tax collectors, not religious elites. He touched lepers. He welcomed children. He washed his disciples' feet. At every turn, he chose the path of humility. Why does this matter for us, you say? Because it reveals the heart of God, and it redefines what it means to follow him. Jesus said in Matthew 20, verse 26 through 28, "Whoever wants to become great among you must first be a servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave. Just as the Son of God, man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." The humble king. He invites us into a humble kingdom, a place where greatness is measured by service, where the last are first, where power is expressed through love, not force. This Advent, the manger invites us to examine our own hearts. Where are we chasing status and recognition? Where are we grasping for control? Where have we believed the lie that our worth comes from position? The baby in the manger exposes all of that. Because if the King of Glory could lay aside his rights and enter the world in obscurity, then maybe, just maybe, we can let go of our desperate need to be noticed, applauded, and elevated. There's freedom in humility, There's rest in letting go of the endless climb. The humble king doesn't demand that we perform our way into his presence. He came down to meet us right where we are. He is, I am, the humble king. Thanks for being here today. I'm Dan Baker. I'll see you next time on the I Am podcast celebrating Advent series.